Hey guys, welcome back to First Flight. This is a different type of video. We will give you guys an update on what we want this channel to be about. So, Jeremy, do you want to just start?
Yeah, so yeah, I can start. So basically this channel, obviously we have our podcast which is titled First Flight, but we're not only a podcast, we also are a comic studio. Basically, I know that sounds so crazy, but we also make comics, and we're also going to be making different productions such as possibly a sitcom or a live action series that's mainly practical effects, like that kind of stuff, since we're not really big budget for all this stuff. But definitely comics and novels are in the works. There's definitely a ongoing plan for that. But yeah, so we're not just mainly a podcast channel. We are also a studios channel, a graphics channel. Obviously, we're not immediately going to just be like we have a graphics label. We're probably going to get a publisher for that kind of a thing, like an indie publisher or some publisher that publishes indie stuff. But that's basically the summary of our channel, honestly.
Yeah, we were just talking over like this past week on maybe what he was talking about launching a studio for live action shows based off of maybe some of the characters of our comics, but also maybe doing a sitcom
Sitcom.
just to see where that can go and lead us. And guys, go in the comment section and comment on what we should make as a show if you guys are interested. So just leave a comment and tell us your ideas for a future show if you want to. And also with the comics, when do we think that will be officially announced as a project that's in the works? Like that we know that is set in stone and that we can get it out to the publishing people.
Project that's in the works. What's funny is that this comic slash animation thing has been in the works since I was in seventh grade. So, yeah, it went through a lot of development heck and just, it originally was going to have a certain story, then it was going to have another kind of story, then it was going to have another kind of story. And at least I am now set on a certain story for the first project. I've started scripting, started drawing characters and stuff like that. But I'd say it's about, if I work hard here, I'd say like a year and a half to 2 years, I'd say, because I know that the art is going to take a very long time um, to either perfect or that kind of stuff. The scripting, if I just go through with it, honestly, I already have the story down, but it's just the dialogue that's going to take a lot of, or at least a little more. So I'd say that that's at least where I am right now. So yeah, I can at least say a year and a half to 2 years.
Okay. So now that we have some of the updates on what we do want to have on First Flight Productions, and also, hey, we're also going to be trying to get some good guests for our podcast for our listeners. Stay tuned for that. If we do get a person on there, we'll let you know. I'll post it, or we will post it on our YouTube channel. And also, you can find our links for our podcasts on other platforms such as Spotify and Amazon Music in our description. And now that we have all that out of the way, do you want to jump into what we want to see from Marvel Studios Fantastic Four next week?
I'd say a good movie.
That's
The
true.
past Fantastic Four movies have not been received the best, and I know that
Yes.
I'm sure this one is definitely on. People are going to be definitely looking at this one a lot, honestly, just to see if it's going to be even just a good movie, honestly, because I know the Tim Story ones they were all right, but they weren't received the best. Then obviously Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, it's like they tried to reboot the universe, but it just fell very flat in the end, honestly. But yeah, I think that they have a chance here to break the loop of bad Fantastic Four movies. So honestly, I think Matt Shackman, if he really plays his cards right and tries to make it like a retro futuristic kind of thing, but also making it look like something out of an Alex Ross novel, like that kind of thing,
Hmm.
like the paint style. Um, they could have a chance to honestly make something really great, honestly, and just
Yeah.
really nail it.
Alright, so yeah, talking about those reviews, we've also got the first reviews for Fantastic Four First Steps, and I'll just read you guys the article and I'll show you actually what. So, according to Variety, Fantastic Four First Reactions say film is one of the best things Marvel has ever made, with stunning visuals and excellent performances from leading cast. Marvel's The Fantastic Four's First Steps has been unveiled to members of the film press, and first reactions are praising the MCU epic as a visual feast with snappy, confident storytelling. Next, Best Picture editor-in-chief Matt Neglia wrote on X that the Marvel tentpole lives up to its namesake of fantastic, hailing the film's excellent leading quartet and delightful retro-futuristic aesthetic. He wrote, combined with Max Shackman's snappy, confident storytelling, this is an intriguing and satisfying first step for Marvel's new team as the MCU continues to regain control of the ship and steer it closer to Doomsday. Uh, you also have entertainment journalist Brandon Davis also took to X to share his thoughts. He wrote that Fantastic Four was one of the best things Marvel has ever done and compared the visuals to those of Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, which is crazy. If that's really true, then this movie might be the best looking MCU movie of all time, if that's
That's
what
crazy.
they're saying. And for me personally, I am seeing it in IMAX, and I heard that a lot of the people say that you have to see this movie in IMAX because it is stunning
Mhm.
visually. Everything you also have, he says, Galactus is awesome. Silver Surfer looks really, really good. VFX were often immaculate. Davis wrote, cosmically and on Earth. Matt Shackman dropped a visual feast, which you could see that with Matt
Yeah.
Shackman because he did WandaVision and he did that retro feel with the 60s to the 70s, 80s, 90s, even
Hmm.
early 2000s in some of those episodes. So I think I do believe that Max Chapman is a good director for like these retro futuristic kind of
Hmm.
things. You also say, sorry, I'm gonna butcher this name probably. Sharare Drury echoed the praise, writing on X that Fantastic Four was breathtaking. She gave particular kudos to Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, who played MCU power couple Reed Richards and Susan Storm, respectively. Stunning visuals, a moving story, witty banter, and epic action. Marvel's first family delivers one awesome ride, she wrote. Pedro Pascal nails it as Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby stands out as Sue Storm. She's a shooting star.
Hmm.
So this movie, I am so excited for this movie. And right before I go to the part that I'm actually really, really excited about, if you, this guy said Fantastic Four is a masterpiece. The visual effects and the score are a huge standout. Galactus is huge in IMAX. It's emotional and giving it gives you hope. It beats you off and doesn't stop. Stay until the end credits, which I
Good.
am so excited for, just because I think that Doctor Doom is going to show up in the
Good.
post-credit scenes. Because
Good. That's really good.
if he does, I might be screaming in the movie theater. Because first of all, we do really need him to show up because we haven't seen him on screen at all. He's the big bad of the whole MCU right now with Doomsday and Secret Wars coming up. So
Yeah.
we need to get a teaser of him in the suit and see RDJ as Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that this month there are two movies that have come out, or one of them has come out, and another one is going to come out. At least for me, one of them is Superman, and the other one is Fantastic Four. And even though I enjoyed Superman somewhat, some of it was kind of whatever. So I think that Fantastic Four has a chance, to put a better taste in my mouth. Because I'm usually more of a DC guy. And I think that Fantastic Four really has a chance to wow me, honestly, and just really give a unanimous "this was a good movie" reaction, honestly, at least from
Hmm.
certain people, because I know like the 2000s one were mixed, and then everyone except me hated the Trank one. So honestly,
That movie's so bad.
it's half a good movie. The other half was not very good, but no, I think that this new one really has a chance to be good. I know that Matt Shackman really likes the like, weird I don't know how to describe it. I know Corridor Crew talked about it. You know, like when they have a magnet and they put it near a like a CRT screen and like the effects look really weird. They actually demonstrated what that looked like, and they were able to do something like that in WandaVision, where like it looked kind of like an old TV effect, kind
Hmm.
of like when it was certain magic. However, I really hope that those visual effects are stunning because WandaVision had some moments, at least looking back at it, where the visual effects did not look so good. And obviously, it's a TV show, so it's not always going to look great. But yeah, I really hope that this new movie that Marvel kind of breaks the loop of like, wait, was Marvel? Would you say that there are Marvel movies that have bad CGI, like straight up?
Yes, 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 yes.
Which one?
Thor: Love and Thunder
Thor: Love and Thunder.
and
Yeah.
Ant-Man: Quantumania. Ant-Man and
Yeah.
the Wasp: Quantumania was
What about
so
Brave New
bad.
World? Red Hulk kind of looked a little weird. Brave
Eh.
New World is
It
a
was
movie that
okay.
like it stinks and it's good at the same time. Like I don't know, I watch it on a plane. It's a perfect plane movie, like Madam Web.
That
Madam Web is interesting,
yeah.
not in a great way.
So for our viewers out there, at least I will be posting my out of theater reaction to Fantastic Four First Steps on Thursday, and we might actually have a special guest appearing also with the out of theater reaction. So stay tuned to that. It will be posted on Thursday night.
Mhm.
So do you want to jump into anything else, or do you want to see if we could actually like react to something?
Well, I mean, he mentions reacting and stuff like that. That's actually going to be another facet of our YouTube channel is reacting to certain stuff. Like maybe it's like videos, maybe it's like try not to laugh, maybe it's like reacting to movies and stuff like that. That's at least kind of in my mind how it would feel. I don't know. Max might not like the try not to laugh kind of thing. It depends on if he wants to do that. But I'd say like the reacting to movies kind of thing and just like laughing at them. Like if we're looking at I don't know, We Can Be Heroes on Netflix and we're just laughing at it because it's kind of stupid. Like I mean, listen, if you're a kid and you enjoy that movie, be warmed and filled. But like I kind of want to laugh at it, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's
So
kind of another
guys,
facet. So yeah,
also with that, go in the comment section of this video and type in what you want us to react to. It could be a movie, video, or try not to laugh, as Jeremy said. So just put those in the comment section and we'll see if we can do that.
for the YouTubes. I mean, like there are many different things we could react to. Honestly, I'm trying to check for like some kind of thing. Do you want to like? I don't know. I mean, like
Do you want
this
to
is a
react to the new Rockstars Avengers Doomsday update?
one
Okay,
sec.
guys, we found a video that we're going to react to. It's new Rockstars Avengers Doomsday update. So, guys, of course, you got to check them out. They're one of the best places to get all your Marvel news and everything. I would very much recommend them. So, without further ado, let us react to this video. Just gotta share my screen really quick. Okay. All right, let's pause it right there. What do you think the space crisis is?
I'm not completely sure. I mean, they might. You know what would be cool if the space crisis was Adam Warlock. That would actually be really cool. Obviously, I know that they're probably not going to have Magus or anything like that. But if that was the case, and like I don't know, Doctor Doom was like manipulating him or something like that, then that would actually be really cool to see like the alternate future version of Adam Warlock and stuff like that. I'm not completely sure what the space crisis is. I mean, like I'm sure in the Fantastic Four movie they're either going to defeat Galactus or kill Galactus, honestly. So I'm not completely sure what the space crisis could be. I mean, like I don't know. Like what do you think it is?
To me, I've seen a lot of things about it pertaining to the Marvels ending. I don't know if you've seen that movie, have you?
No. I
The
saw like
secret ending was
Beast. That's about it.
Monica Rambeau getting uh going through a rift, and she ended up in the 20th Century Fox X-Men universe.
Nice.
So
Good universe.
that's but then also I heard it's probably also maybe the Fantastic Four coming out of their universe and coming into ours in 616, but you never know. Hopefully,
It could be deeper than that,
it
kinda.
could. You just never know, honestly.
I just
And
hope it's a
we all
really
know,
good
we
movie,
don't know. I
honestly.
think he actually gets into this in this video. I think that he talks about the the ship, the Fantastic Four ship that wasn't really theirs. But let's keep watching.
Entering the atmosphere of this universe.
Satellite image populating. Extra dimensional ship entering atmosphere.
Extra dimensional? What does that mean? Wow, cool ship.
And a reminder that this ship is not the Excelsior, the main spaceship of the Fantastic Four that we see throughout.
Yep, see, that's what I was trying
Mm,
to say. So people are thinking there's some speculation that it could be that 20th Century Fox X-Men
nice.
in that spaceship, or it could be Doctor Doom that he stole one of their spaceships and came over to Earth 616.
That'd be cool.
Do you think
Honestly,
this will
like to have
be?
Doctor Doom be like very grounded at first, and then like evolve into like this horrible, horrible, like all powerful villain. That would be really interesting. Honestly, what are your thoughts?
Do you think this will be resolved at the end of Fantastic Four First Steps? Who's in that spaceship?
Yeah, if they're not coming through on that ship, then it's not them. So I mean, well, that's an obvious fact. But I mean, if it is the X Men, then that's really cool. It just depends on which X Men we're talking about. If it's obviously I know getting Hugh Jackman back might be a little difficult, but because I know that obviously they ended his story with Logan, but I mean there is a chance that he could come through before the events of Logan, honestly, and fight and then go back to his own universe. If they kill off all the X Men, then that's not a good decision. That's just my opinion. Honestly, I know it could set up like a reboot, but I feel like killing off all of the X Men would just make everybody feel sad. Honestly, and I know like that death is real, but like, why do you want to kill off Hugh Jackman? So I guess it depends. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I'd be totally fine if they kill off the X-Men because they're doing their own reboot with Jake
Hmm.
Schreier as the director, so I'm fine
Yeah,
with that. Do you want to keep reacting?
yeah.
We see throughout First Steps, the Excelsior has 3 fins, this ship has 4. But it is the ship of the Fantastic Four from their universe of Universe 828, arriving now in Universe 616. And now, with Matt Shackman's comments, I think we can assume that when the warring factions of the Avengers heal their divides, probably as a result of the threat that Doctor Doom brings, Reed Richards will be the outsider that they can agree upon to lead them. We are actually learning in the Fantastic Four First Steps film that an understated superpower of the Four, specifically of Sue Storm, is the ability to use empathy to forge unlikely alliances. In the official prelude comic that documents their backstory in the years before the film opens, we learn that Sue brokered a peace with Harvey Elder, aka Mole Man. Now we finally just got a
But
photo of Paul Walter Hauser playing
okay,
him,
we're
as well
gonna
as Mole
pause it right
Man's
here.
Moloids and Deviant Mutate.
Okay, actually, I've been
Huh.
reading this comic, the tie-in comic, the prelude
Oh,
to this whole thing. It's actually pretty good. I haven't finished it yet. Almost done with it though. It's actually pretty
look at it.
good. And if you're really wanting to know more about this universe and how their Fantastic Four is set up, then you want to read this, especially if you're really looking forward to this movie like I am. So that's what I just needed to say. So
Hmm. Interesting.
Mutates who all live in Subterranea by just having compassion and listening long enough to realize that Harvey worked with Sue's grandfather, Dr. John Franklin Storm, at Empire State University's particle physics department. Diplomacy like that is how Sue built the Future Foundation into the global demilitarization and peacekeeping force that it is. So if anything, I'm
okay,
kind of thinking
wait,
it should
wait.
be Sue Storm leading the.
Okay, I have a question about
Hmm.
that. If we go back to this, is it just me or is this supposed to be like JFK and Jackie?
Is it? I guess it could like be set in the
Because this
60s.
looks like Jackie. This does not look like anything like JFK. This just feels like what
It does
his
kind of
wife
look like
Jackie
Jackie a little
wore.
bit.
Yeah. Okay. That was just a side note. That's what I
Maybe.
saw in the comic. I was like, it would make sense because they're this is set during the 60s, so that would make sense.
Strange. I guess it
So
might.
yeah. Okay.
The Avengers, not Reed. But, sometimes it takes a good leader to recognize when a bunch of brats on two sides of a conflict need someone like your spouse to call the shots instead of you to just kind of step aside and let that happen. Or maybe something bad happens to Sue during the events of Doomsday and the task of leadership falls upon Reed. We know that some faction of the Fantastic Four will mix it up with different groupings of Avengers. This set photo has been going around, taken and posted by someone who works on the set of the film, and since it wasn't taken by like a paparazzi drone or someone who trespassed onto the set who wasn't supposed to be there, we are okay to show it. We see in this photo Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres in his Falcon suit, Eben Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm the Thing in his fractal motion capture suit, and Wyatt Russell as John Walker in his new Avengers suit with a beret peering over the controls. We also think that might be the foot of Letitia Wright suited up as Shuri, Black Panther, over on the far right. I kind of feel like John Walker looking at these controls might be calling back what he says in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene.
I don't know what any of these buttons do. Unbelievable, they didn't mark any of them.
This set looks like they are on the bridge of a new ship used by the Avengers and or the Fantastic Four of this film. Maybe actually this could be one of Reed Richards' life rafts, the vessels that Reed builds.
Okay, so these, for the people that haven't read Secret Wars 2015 by Jonathan Hickman, this is what Reed Richards made to carry people from this Earth to flee incursions, because two of the universes were with their incursions and stuff were coming into each other. So that's what these are. I would definitely recommend to read Secret Wars 2015 by Jonathan Hickman before you see Secret Wars. I know it's like 2 years down the road, but this comic was just amazing. Okay.
Builds and uses to try to save people from the incursion rifts in the comics that lead up to Jonathan Hickman's 2015 Secret Wars event. This grouping to include one Avenger from Sam Wilson's team.
Yes.
Who drew that?
I don't know.
That has to be Alex Ross. It's like very painted style. That's a good art style. All right, sorry. Just aside.
Wait, no, who drew
that cover? Was that Secret
cover
Wars?
of Secret Wars 2015?
Was that the 2015 one?
Yeah. Alex Ross. It was Alex Ross, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good art style. Anyways.
Okay.
One new Avenger, one member of the Fantastic Four, and potentially Shuri from whatever side she sides with. We
Sorry,
just
I
have
have to
assume
pause
that
it
the
again.
Fantastic
Do you think the Avengers and the new Avengers are gonna fight in this movie?
I mean, they might. Like, I think that might not be a bad idea, honestly, to just have them kind of have a conflict, and then they all. I'm sure that they're gonna team up and stuff like that, but yeah, it's kind of a difficult question. I know that these movies can, at least, do you feel that these movies are overloaded with characters, or do you think that they handle it pretty well?
I don't honestly like it with all the characters because you get to see them interact, which is pretty cool.
I think in the case of an Infinity War, it was like, if you've never seen a Marvel movie before and you just see this like overload of characters, it might be a little bit of an overload, but if you have seen the previous movies, then you will get who they are and what they've gone through and stuff like that. Would you say that that's true, or would you say that it really depends on the person?
I just like having all the characters in there because it's just a fun thing to see, because you don't really get to see that all the time on the big screen.
Yeah, and I think that something that's actually going to be really cool about this new Fantastic Four movie. I know that we're reacting and stuff like that. Is the fact that like these characters have never been in the MCU before, so it's kind of like an origin story and stuff like that. It's going to be something completely different, and it's going to be really cool. Honestly, I know that recently they've done certain things like that before, like Moon Knight. But I think this one might be a little different, and honestly might really feel like its own thing. And obviously it's in another universe, but I feel like it really might nail that early Marvel origin story style. So that's just a hope I have, honestly, now that I think about it.
Fantastic Four and Reed are successful at unifying the Avengers. If you own a pet, you're a parent.
Okay.
Dogs are part of the
Don't
family,
need to watch
and like
this.
kids,
No one cares about this.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Don't actually think that.
use the code new Rockstars. You may have also seen some set imagery that was posted by Chris Hemsworth's stunt performer and part of Hemsworth's makeup team. This is a scene being shot for Avengers Doomsday at Pinewood Studios in London. And this location, which you can tell from the logo on the floor, is the TVA, the Time Variance Authority for Loki and Deadpool and Wolverine, the meta bureaucracy that keeps all timelines in the multiverse in order. It's no surprise that the TVA was going to factor into these events in some way. Deadpool and Wolverine left us a huge clue for Doomsday and Secret Wars with this moment.
What is that? Is that me? Is that Thor? Is he crying?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That happens in the distant future.
Why is Thor crying? Quick,
Do not speak to her. Stop that. Eyes on me.
Specifically, this location, this part of the TVA, with the general shape and the seafoam green color of the walls, tells us that we are on the utility floor of the TVA. Not the orange-colored analyst floor, but the floor beneath it, where OB worked. That was explored in Loki Season 2, where the optic...
what do you think the TVA is going to play a role in Doomsday? What do you think?
I mean, like they wasn't there like I know Ravonna Renslayer was like involved in stuff like that. Maybe did she get killed in Loki season 2? To be honest with you, I have never watched fully.
To be honest,
Loki
I
season 2.
haven't finished season 1.
Oof.
Let
I think
alone like
it,
even
at
start
least
season 2.
like you know what's funny about season 1 is that they were setting up Kang as the bad guy, and obviously we have Doctor Doom now, so it's gonna
Yeah.
that's gonna be something really weird in Doomsday, is the fact that like they had a plot line with Kang the Conqueror and then just completely dropped it, and now we're like, hey, where's Kang? And they're like, Kang? Who's Kang? What? It's always been Doctor Doom, and that's gonna be a we'll adapt to it probably, but it's gonna be really weird. Didn't they have some characters? I know that maybe you got far enough in Loki season 1. Did they have like some weird like elder kind of characters that were like it was like masks and stuff like that, or like statues or something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh wait, like the
It's like
people that were kind of like the makers of the TVA, like
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Who were those?
I have no idea because
I'd have
honestly,
to
I still
research
haven't even
it.
finished season 1. But I will
Yeah.
finish season 1 and season 2 when I finish watching the whole MCU in order.
How
So
far are you?
I'm on Civil War.
Oh, that's good. That's a pretty good movie. Yeah. That movie had some good stuff in it. All right.
The optics and design desk is, and where the entrance to the temporal loom observation deck is. That entrance is actually a very interesting place to be revisiting in Doomsday potentially, because the sign on the threshold warns about exposure to temporal radiation potentially causing spaghettification. You remember spaghettification? It's what we see Victor Timely going through several times in Loki season 2, and ultimately it's what happens to the entire TVA and all of reality when Loki fails to stop the temporal loom from melting down. But spaghettification is actually a real world thing. It comes from theoretical physics. It's a term for what happens to objects as they approach black holes and get sucked in. They stretch into a thin line. Now, I have not seen Fantastic Four First Steps as of this taping, but trailer footage and interviews tell us that that movie will be dealing with black hole physics. And isn't it interesting that we have someone who can stretch and stretch and stretch without being killed? And since both Fantastic Four First Steps and Loki share a production designer and Kasra Farhani, this seems like further evidence that there could be some connection between the retro technology that we saw in Loki and the retro tech that we now...
Speaking of spaghettification, you remember John Krasinski?
Oh yeah, getting...
Didn't Wanda do that to him? Yeah. Oof. That movie was
Wanda.
interesting. Yeah.
I actually didn't mind that movie, but yeah.
It was
fine to me.
It had its moments where it was cool. All right.
Yeah, like when you see this photo right here where we ended the video right now, it kind of feels like the same technology that you would see in the TVA, like the same look. Kind of like that retro futuristic vibe.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I remember when this trailer came out, people were speculating that maybe Reed Richards made this technology for the TVA. Maybe he made the technology for the TVA, which we don't know, but that would be kind of a cool plot point to see. Maybe, probably in Doomsday, probably not in Fantastic Four First Steps. Probably just save that for Doomsday.
Yeah, I think they really need to get back, or at least I feel like maybe they didn't do it as much back when it was like early MCU and stuff like that. They really need to like explore lore and stuff like that. Like I think that That's a place where this could really shine. Honestly, it's almost like teasing him as like one of the people that like made technology for the TVA. Like even bringing back the leader, like for Brave New
Brave New
World and stuff like
World.
that. Like there's really a chance where they could either bring back people like plot points that basically did nothing, or even explore lore and stuff like that. So they really have a chance to do something there. All right.
Yeah.
That we now see in Fantastic Four First Steps. It's not just the fact that this tech is like vaguely 60s and analog, it's the exact digital typeface of their watches, the spherical computer monitor in Reed's blue area being the same shape of the orange monitors of the TVA. My theory for the past several months has been that the TVA was even constructed using Reed Richards' technology. And yes, this Doomsday TVA imagery was shared by people who work on the film, specifically Chris Hemsworth's team. And we know that Hemsworth was shooting these scenes on this day because he was in London this week talking about feeling like the elder Avenger on set.
I could write a movie and say it's fantastic to be back together with a lot of the old cast and a lot of new cast, and I feel like one of the elders now.
So this might be the scene that finally answers the question of why Thor was crying. And if the stuntman was there, it's probably going to be an action scene. It could be what I'd pitch as a possible first act scene that shows Doctor Doom assaulting the TVA and fighting God of Stories Loki. Although if Tom Hiddleston and Robert Downey Jr. are there, would Hemsworth say that he feels like the elder on set? Probably not. But there are probably other scenes that Hemsworth was shooting where he did feel that way. I feel like we're going to know a lot more about the next steps for Doctor Doom after Fantastic Four First Steps comes out in a week. My spoiler-free review of the film will come out on this channel on Tuesday, July 22nd. Our ending explain and post-credit scene video will come out on Thursday, July 24th. And then our massive in-depth Easter egg breakdown of the film will drop on Friday, July 25th. And with all these big movies coming out, you might be seeing online a lot of discourse around movie YouTubers like us and then people who disagree with our coverage, assuming that we're paid shills. We actually went deep into the subject in our
That's
Danger.
basically the whole thing. Okay, so what was
Okay.
your reaction? I agree with him a lot on those things, and I would definitely recommend all of you guys checking out new Rockstars for all those Marvel fans out there to get all your news and stuff on his channel, on their channel. Just very good at dissecting all the trailers, every movie, all those have really good what would you call it? I'm trying to think of the word. Uh
I'm sorry, I zoned out, so I don't
yeah,
know what you're
good
talking about.
breakdown. Yeah, okay, we'll just cut that whole
My
thing
bad.
out.
I was just
Okay. So thanks guys for joining us again. Also, just remember, go in the comment section and look at and tell us what you think about your ideas for Fantastic Four First Steps, or and also give us ideas on what you want to see us make for content on this channel besides our podcast episodes, and also drop a comment on what you want to see from our live action shows or sitcom that we're thinking about. Earliest it would go into production is next year, so it would be quite a while away. But just give us your thoughts, and
Yeah.
see you later.
Just make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification
Yes.
bell, and see you later. Have a
See
good
ya.
flight.